Now we've got an Epson R3000 here, and we've got a less than perfect nozzle check, and it's missing in the same place each time. So we want to clear the nozzle. Now on this particular series of printers, you've got the printhead, which is over here, and it's remote from the cartridges, which are here. So we need to adopt a slightly different method of clearing the head. What we need to do is get access to this printhead, and it's quite simple. We turn it on at the front button here, so you press it on, and as soon as the carriage moves across to the left, we put a hand round the back and we take out the mains lead. So as soon as I see it move, there it is, I've taken the mains out the back. That allows this printhead, it's freed the printhead up. Now what we're going to do now is we're using the vapour of the Magic Bullet for the purposes of clearing the head. So I'm using an ordinary kitchen towel. In the UK we call this J cloth, and we're going to cut two pieces. We're going to cut the first piece approximately 1.5 inches by 7 inches, roughly, and the second piece we're going to use is cut to around 3 inches by 7 inches, and it's a double thickness. So you can see there, that's the sort of thickness that we want. So initially what we're going to do is we're going to take our first piece and we're going to use this to rest it up underneath the head. So let's put that there just to sort of support what we're just about to do. Now we're going to get our Magic Bullet pack, and we get it out, let's have a look, and we get this fabulous material. It cuts through any dried ink like you wouldn't believe. This is already supplied with the pack. We'll open up the top. We've already opened up that little felt seal for us just to make things easy, and we're going to draw out about 5mm. So we're going to pull about 5mm out, nothing fussy here. Pull that away, and we're going to carefully put the top back on. And when you smell that, there's a bit of a vapour that comes off, and we're going to use that vapour to do the job of clearing this print head. And what we're going to do is we're just going to soak this pad in the Magic Bullet. That's pretty well most of the 5mm that's gone. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay this down now. So we're going to take this out. We're going to use that as a support. We're going to lay this down into what we call the platen, and we lay that down into the base there. Hopefully you can see that nicely. And we're going to move the head over the top of the head, and the entire print head now is completely the pad is completely underneath the head. Now we're going to leave that overnight so that the Magic Bullet material can evaporate slowly and the vapour can do its work. Now what we're doing here is we're softening the build-up of dried ink residue that's underneath the head. Now in the morning we'll go back to our printer and we'll push the head back. So this is us in the morning now. We're going to move the head back and we're going to take out our horrible inky pad, because it'll be inky by that time. And so we take that out and we dispose of that, and we now get our second pad, which, if I remind you, it's approximately 3 inches by 7 inches. And again, where's our little supporting pad? We're going to use this just to support. We're going to get a further little bit of Magic Bullet. Again, I never reckon to need to use more than about 5mm at a time. So I draw out another 5mm. Okay. Always remember to put the top back on the bottle, because you know what it's like. You can turn round and you can spill it and you're in trouble. So that's that. Now in this case, I'm actually going to soak it a little bit. Not too much, but I've still got plenty there. And I'm actually going to turn it over you're going to turn it over. I'm going to take out my support. So that's the little support that I use to do my soaking. And this time I'm going to put it down into the platen. Now let's take my left hand out of the way. You can see the way I've put it. Now because it's now a double thickness material, it's thicker, and I can actually push the head. Let's push that head slightly over, and I can actually feel a bit of resistance this time. So this time the underside of the print head is actually pushing against the pad, and you can probably see I'm just positioning it nicely, and there we have it. It's going under quite nicely. It's going under, and this time I can actually see it coming out the other side, and I'm pushing up and down. Now I want to make sure, now I did it that time, let's make a slightly better job of it this time. So I'm holding that down, and as I'm holding that down, that's going all the way under. That's it. You can see that I'm holding it down. That's better. That's better. And it's going all the way through. And now if you can look at the other side there, you can actually see the rest of the pad on the other side. Now let's get the, now there we are. Now you can actually see I've now got it, so I've got a pad on one side and I've got a bit of the pad on the other side. So you can see now I'm ready for scrubbing the print head. Now before I actually start to scrub, I'm really going to start putting a bit more Magic Bullet in there to completely soak. And I've got it on the other side, if you can see that. There we go. And we've soaked that. So we're going to make sure we've completely soaked that pad. Now what we do, we simply move the head across, left and right, left and right, left and right. And I do that for at least 10 or 20 seconds. And what that does, that completes the job of shifting any accumulated dried ink deposits. Usually the ink only dries when it comes in contact with a bit of dust. Usually this doesn't happen. We then pull the head off to one side, and you can see the dried ink there. Now that's the nasty bit of ink that was held up underneath the head, causing the problem. And we can now turn on the printer, and we can then do a single nozzle check and clean, and we'll see then that we achieve a perfect nozzle check. Thanks very much for watching.